Wiggins. Surfer. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you see. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you see. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Oh, what's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. I'm super excited. Technically, I think this is my first Mims and Friends. So I'm very excited to have Gabor with me. He's probably like, we started together. We're pushing together. This is my real life friend. So this is really dope to have him on. What's up, Gabor?
What's good? You know what I love about your intro? Every time I see Andrea Kelly with that outfit on, I be wanting to make it make sense. Because every time we see her, she dressed like that. Is that a uniform?
If that's your best asset, exploit it.
No, come on, baby, put on some clothes. We need some clothes. She was dressed like that on the Candy show when she was trying to show Candy them how to dance. She had on the leader tour.
And she has the body for it. If you have worked your whole life, had to deal with Robert your entire life, then
well, they said that Sparkle said that she was knocking on the wall to eat.
Hold on 1 second. So we gotta be cautious with our words for at least
10 minutes. Okay, give me a countdown. Just let me know. But they say put your banner up. Put your banner up.
Okay, I'm gonna put the important banner up.
This is messy. I'm not messy. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like that word messy.
But how do you know I'm not saying I'm the messy one?
Okay, you right. You are.
I didn't say that I am. I'm just saying, how do you not know?
Make it make mess. Make it make mess.
Okay. Now what were you saying about Andrea Kelly?
No, I'm just saying we need to make sense of that outfit every time we see her dancing.
She's a dancer. That's what they wear. The thing is, when you have a body like that, people automatically sexualize you. So if she had no behind at all and she wore that, people wouldn't be saying anything. But because hers is so developed and voluptuous and real, sometimes people are like, put it away.
Okay.
You ever thought about that? Okay, anyway. So I did a video, you did a video on Armand and Jason. So I just thought, when I did my poll was like 60-something, 30-something. People who wanted me to talk about it and other people who didn't want me to talk about it. So I was like, well, since you had some insight in it as well, then it only made sense that we kind of combine that for this video. So that's why we're doing Jason Lee and Armand. I think that a better conversation besides just stating the facts is if we give our real life opinions based on how we actually feel about it in terms of if we were in that position. You know what I mean? I think that would be kind of cool.
As who?
What'd you say?
As who? As Armand or as Jason? Or either or?
As both. You know what I mean? Because I've rewatched this now about 3 times. And then I watched Jason's response to it. Like I would watch it at the gym or listen to it at the gym. So I'm kind of well versed on it. But I do think that, let's just talk about like mentorship first. There's multiple types of mentors and there's multiple types of mentees. Perhaps the type of mentorship that Jason wanted to give Armand is not the type of mentorship that Armand needs and or wants. And both of those things can be fair, right? Like you don't have to accept mentorship and you don't have to accept mentees. I do think, though, that sometimes people just feel like maybe you're beneath them. And if you're beneath me, then you just need to follow whatever blueprint I set for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that this is necessarily the case because we probably won't know all the ins and outs. We did hear a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that the subliminals, the recorded calls, the sunning, it all became like too much. So I could never tell.
I literally was shocked. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't. It was too many instances where that Armand showed the receipts for how Jason was doing him or talking to him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I just could not have dealt with that.
I'm trying to think, could I have? So let's say I'll use myself as real life experience. I have developed some relationships with some really large YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a large YouTuber talk to me like that.
Mm-hmm.
I have had them offer free advice. I have had them offer unsolicited advice. But the way I think is if you have reached a certain level, more than likely, if it's within reason, I'm probably going to follow it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm trying to think if I was offered to go and sit at a table with Kanye, I don't really like Kanye. That's a huge thing because there's so many other people in the room. But what would I be willing to do for that? I don't know that I could like.
But it really wasn't. It really wasn't a table for him to go sit with Kanye. Kanye wanted to get together a lot of Black
influencers and influential people,
influencers, journalists, media personalities, right? And so if he thought of some, I think that Armand deserved to be on that list. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was something that Kanye set up and Jason had to find some people to do it, but it wasn't like he was like, oh, I'm going to put you in the door with Kanye. You know what I'm saying? It was something that Kanye wanted to set up. Kanye wanted to be around those influencers, right?
I talked about that on my channel, Gabor, because I really felt like so Kanye was already a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
However, he was a superstar rapper. Even though he legitimized Kim into becoming a real celebrity, once he got with her, he was also part of the Kardashian machine. They have control of TMZ. They know Page Six. They can get a story out. So when it became time to villainize Kanye the way that they villainize all the other men that they are no longer with, Kanye needed. Yeah.
You think they villainized him?
Everything was great with Caitlyn's money until Caitlyn was out the door. Everything was great with who's the other one? Lamar, while he was still a major basketball player and he was still in the headlines and could get Khloe endorsements.
Mm-hmm.
Khloe knew that man was on drugs and all that was okay with her. Khloe knew that man was cheating until she had gotten what she needed out of the situation, and then all of a sudden all the stories came out about him. They do that with everybody. You don't think so? Ray J. I
don't think that. Well, we don't ever see what happens behind closed doors, but what we saw, the way that Kanye was behaving, I thought that Kanye brought that on himself.
I think that it was smart, and I never say Kanye is smart. I think that it was smart of Kanye to find a new media that family had not tapped into. The internet, YouTube, that is a strong media source. And Kanye wanted to tap into that, and he wanted to utilize Jason for that.
He wanted to utilize his Black card. He wanted to use his Black card to change the narrative about him, which is the reason why he's sitting there at Drink Champs, because he know he can't go to the Breakfast Club and talk the way he talk unscathed.
Gabor, let me tell you, I'd be all over the internet. You know this. So for some reason in my algorithm, I've made Kanye videos. A Kanye YouTube channel popped up. And And I'm
Yeah, I
like,
seen it last night.
I was like, so I clicked on it. He had really commented. So I said, okay, let me subscribe. I'm going to send Kanye a super chat. The only way that I know how. A shady super chat. And he had it subscriber only. And so I'm like, oh, man, I got to wait 10 minutes before I can say anything. He said you had to be a subscriber for 5 years to even comment.
Oh.
Now, the thing only had, when I clicked on it, it had 2,700 subscribers, which means he started this page and never did anything with it. So now you're playing with people. You're making them listen to your Drink Champs thing on a loop. It was so weird. It was so weird, but it's Kanye. Sorry, we got off on a tangent. Thank you so much, Autumn. She says, just
Hey,
showing some love.
Autumn.
I appreciate you supporting my channel. And guys, we got like 250 people in here. Please hit the like button. Let's get to at least 150 likes. We were letting YouTube know that we are here because a large content creator told me that's what I need to do. And so that's what I'm going to do. It definitely helps my channel and is free. So there's no point if you're enjoying the content. This is the first ever Mims and Friends. We got to show out. This is where you get them to show out, good boy.
Okay. But no, I don't think that they villainize. I really, honestly, I think it was the actions that we seen from Kanye's, the posts and stuff that he was making, the way that he was behaving is what I've never seen it on that magnitude until it was Kanye. But it was more because of the way that he was behaving. I don't think that Kim and them even really said anything about him. Matter of fact, Kim didn't. She said that she will always support him, or she would never say anything bad about him because she had children about him. But it was the way that he was behaving. He was sending them funeral. He sent the funeral flowers.
I agree.
He sent the funeral flowers. He was lying and saying that the kids was kidnapped, that they kidnapped his daughter from him when he had already had his party. He had moved across the street. You know, it was just crazy. He had cut off Pete's head. It was chaos.
I'm not disagreeing with you. In all honesty, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I feel like the Kardashians know how to utilize the media probably better than anybody, and that's why they are a billion-dollar family. Kanye learned a few things from them while he was in that camp, and I think that is partly why his media presence has grown exponentially. Do I think that he's off? Yes. All the stuff that he's doing, I've decided I don't even want to do videos about him anymore. Like, I'm all for keeping him away from me and my algorithm. But I do think that the Kardashians are savvy enough to villainize everyone who they don't necessarily like, they don't get along with anymore, or who they're not in relationships with. I'm sorry.
Do you think that he was trying to use those influencers because they was black? It was like all of a sudden when he was going through that, he wanted to get the black. You know what I'm saying? All of the times he has been in the industry, he's never wanted to do anything with the black YouTubers. I mean, with black influencers, right? He's never wanted to do anything. I mean, but he could feel like he wanted to do it anytime, but I just thought that it was strange or a coincidence that he wanted to do it now that people was calling him out for harassment.
Gabor, and also that's the time where he started saying Kim was white.
Yeah,
he was definitely trying to utilize
but he was
us.
Saying that Kim was white, but his kids was black. Girl, make it make sense.
Y'all, if you don't know, this is how me and Gabor actually talk on the phone. Okay, so let's not get off on a tangent. Let's start with Jason Lee's response and how the lawsuit potentially came up. So Jason Lee did a response video, and pretty much I think we can all agree that Armand ethered him. That video was an ether. I don't think that Jason is necessarily the same type of YouTuber as Armand. Armand can, use the theatrics. Armand has such a big personality, and he really knows how to read. I don't think that Jason would have probably needed more than 2 days to put together a whole list of what he was going to do. So instead of what he did, he showed a video of Did you see this yet?
It depends on what you're talking about.
His response to Armand.
The same night.
I think it was like 2 days ago.
It was the same night that Armand did his video, right? Because they went live at the same time.
No, that I did not know. I was watching Armand.
Yeah, so they went
taking notes.
They went live at the same time, and Jason did his video. But see, what happened was Jason wasn't keeping that same energy. Jason started it, but now all of a sudden you're too big for this stuff, and you're not going to be addressing it. And this is the last time. And I wasn't even talking about Armand. I was talking about 5 other people. You know what I'm saying? All that backpedaling. Don't backpedal now.
This is front pedaling. No. So what he said was he pulled up a video, and I didn't really know where he was going with this. He pulled up a video of his award show where he had Tiffany Haddish and Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to follow. Basically, in that video, he gave a speech where he talked about Mayweather mentoring him.
Mm-hmm.
And how he took his advice. And then he moved on to a segment where he said, some people can't be mentored. Some people don't know how to take advice. And I'm like, okay, now I see where you're going with this. And said, I'm not going to give him energy. I'm not going to fight with the little boy. What I will do is I'll have my attorney review the video. And if there's anything that we need to, take action for, we will.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like a vague threat. The only thing that I think that might be problematic, and I don't know California law well enough, the voice recordings, playing those voice recordings. Do you think that could be an issue?
I don't think that it can be an issue, but we were just talking about, and I like Armand, okay? But Armand had just the week before was talking about how Lotto had never, all of the praises that she was giving Nikki was fake because she recorded the call, but Armand did as well, But the thing is with Jason, it's like he's trying to backpedal because that video that you made, the video that he made with the pink panties, that he was talking about him being in the pink panties, you wasn't mentoring then. So why now are you talking about mentorship? You know what I'm saying? Making it seem like it was mentorship gone wrong. It wasn't mentorship gone wrong. You was throwing slugs at this man. And he replied.
Okay, so it says California state law. Unlike New York and New Jersey, California is a 2-party consent state. This makes it illegal to record a private conversation unless all parties consent to the recording. A violation of this law is a criminal misdemeanor.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I like to be fair. Would I like somebody recording a call with me? No, because I don't do that with people. And you know this, if you tell me something, it's going to stay between you and I. So I don't necessarily like that. But I also don't throw shots and slugs at people. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it feels like on YouTube, people are down for you unless they think that you are doing better than them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I think that they turn it into an unnecessary competition. I've never felt like I was in competition with anybody, and I've always made it a point from when I had 100 subscribers, when I had 5 subscribers, when I had 10,000 subscribers. I have always said, what's for me is going to be for me. Me shouting you out will never take anything away from me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just how I feel. So I wouldn't expect anybody to like record my conversation. However, if you see somebody is moving really shady and you know that they might lie on you, is it okay then to record the conversation?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, somebody says he didn't actually record. Were those voice notes?
That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like that they were voice notes to me. It didn't sound like a phone call.
Oh, so that meant that you recorded yourself. So I think that changes it, right? Like if you have recorded yourself, I don't know. It gets so tricky, and sometimes being a YouTuber now, with all of the lawsuits and everything, it's like you have to walk on eggshells just to give commentary on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you walk on eggshells? I don't think
what?
you walk on eggshells. Anything?
No, I don't. I don't walk on eggshells.
Gabor will put his back to the wall and start windmilling.
Will. Did. No, I'm fine.
It's real bad. Okay. I got another super chat. It said, Armand, record him. He played voice notes. Okay, thank you so much, Tatiana, for supporting the channel. I appreciate that. So let's start. Let's start with what Armand said happened, because a lot of these things were actually kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the he might call his attorneys. There might be a lawsuit. I'm sure an attorney will find something. I really hope not, though, because I really hate that it gets to that. Having two large YouTubers work together and have a successful relationship and, flourish and make money together opens the door for other YouTubers to collab. Mm-hmm. When things become a collaborative effort, especially amongst like Black YouTubers, I think that we all benefit from that. But the minute that large YouTubers clash and stuff like that, it trickles down, I think. I think it trickles down to all of us, because it's like, okay, I don't want to work with somebody. I don't want to do this. Or I don't want to help. And I can't get with that. So we have Armand reading him about being on the Breakfast Club and talking about Karen Civil the whole time. Any thoughts on that?
No, I actually watched that interview.
And were you thinking the same thing, or what were you thinking?
Well, the interview was basically about Karen Civil. So that happened when the day that this interview happened the week after, I want to say, the whole Karen Civil thing, saying that she had hired somebody to hack his Instagram. That came out on Bigo like Saturday night, and then next week he was on the Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne is cool, and he was trying to stop him from filing a lawsuit against Karen Civil. It was like he was just, I don't know, he was just being a biatch.
So, I mean, I'll agree with Armand on this point. Why, like, you have so many different businesses to promote. It would make sense for you to pivot during the conversation and really promote your businesses. So I didn't really see a problem with what he said. It was definitely a read, but it wasn't one that I disagreed with. Then they were doing a group thing together. Him, Madison, Dineva, and Armand. Mm-hmm. Which one was that? It wasn't Bigo. The first one was Clubhouse. Uh-huh. He was doing a Clubhouse with all those, and then because they did not want to do Bigo, all of a sudden it stopped. And he sent the text messages, and basically Armand wanted to do something with a Cardi B as a topic, and Jason was upset. Mm-hmm. And basically said, I don't need coaching on reading anybody, nor do I need to be schooled on what's trending. I do this daily. If you don't want to do the show, we don't have to, because my relationship with Cardi right now is complicated, and this chat on Clubhouse ain't worth exacerbating that. How did you feel about the way he spoke to him?
Let me see it again. Let me read it in my head. I don't need a coaching or reading anybody, nor do I need to be schooled. See, that's the negative part. It's all negative. On what's trending, I do this daily. You didn't have to say all that. If you don't want to do the show, we don't have to. We not, because my relationship with Cardi is right now is complicated, and this chat on Clubhouse ain't worth exacerbating it. Up to you. Yeah, no. But I love the yikes. It gives me, I would have been all caps. Who do you think you talking to? This ain't Phaedra.
He said he was comfortable playing number 2. He definitely said he was comfortable playing number 2. I just think that there is a respect level that's not there. And it looks like it's more on Jason's side. And that I couldn't get with. I think that I probably also would have, I would not have responded that nicely. Jason could open the doors for Armand, but I want to be very clear when I say
open what doors? Open what doors?
That's what I'm saying. Please. I want to say Armand has amassed a huge platform. If you go to Armand's page, he can just go live and whatever his topic is, he'll hit 60, 70, 80, 90, 100,000 views. Armand is good at what he does. Do I think that Jason could open doors? That's what Armand said. He felt like doors could be open because of his connections, and I get that. I just think that Armand never needed to sell himself short. He's a business and a brand in himself. And I could one day see Armand being on the radio.
Yeah, I think that what happens is we see people like Jason. We see Jason Lee. He has Hollywood Unlocked, the Instagram thing. He had the Hollywood Unlocked show. We've seen him on the Breakfast Club, and we've seen him in certain places. And my whole thing is he's not even legitimate himself. You know what I'm saying? He's always being invited by someone, but it's not just Jason Lee doing this on his own. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he could get on the Breakfast Club and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because they respect what he do the same way that they do stuff with Noriega them. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't think that he's just this big media personality where Armand needed his help. You know what I'm saying? I think that he was only trying. I think that Armand was just trying to get verified. I just don't see any way that Jason could help him.
Let's move to the verification thing, because if I watched Armand's live and he gave examples of how he assisted Jason with his YouTube. At the point that Jason told him, "You help me and I'm going to help you get verified," I really think that that's extremely shady for you not to. You brought that up to him. He didn't come to you asking you for that. You volunteered that. So the fact that you did not fulfill what you said and he helped you, I think that's really late. I think it's really late on Jason's part. Don't sue me, Jason. I ain't got it. We got like almost 500 people in the chat. I think we had like 150 likes. Let's try to get to 250. I think that's a good number. Offering of the verification help was manipulation. Like I really do feel like if you're gonna help somebody, help them. Hard stop. If you're gonna mentor them. You can have what your expectations are, but don't like dangle things in front of their face. It's like it's offensive. I would never do that to anybody. Like Jason has like about 350,000 subscribers. He has deals with all these different brands. Armand brought up the fact that he had a deal with Bigo, and that's why he was pushing it so hard.
But the gag is that I believe that Armand probably would have, if Jason Lee was really trying to mentor him and really was showing love to Armand like that, Armand probably would have did anything he asked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going, if I can get you verified, let me just get you verified off GP. You know what I'm saying? Just to show, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not?
Because you're helping me along with that. Having Armand on his Bigo along with Funky Dineva, another titan in the industry, and T.S. Madison, who had just come, I don't know if she had done Beyonce's song yet, but she definitely had some TV work that she was doing.
Well, Beyonce probably had reached out to her, but she has been a lot. I've seen her on Don't Call Me White Girl lately. I've seen her over there with Pierre. She has been making her rounds lately. Congrats to T.S. You know, for a long time, I was side-eyeing the T.S. because what happened with her and Kaya Shimon. But, you know, I do kind of like the TS.
I like TS. I like her story, but TS, Funky, Armand, and Jason would have been a winning team. The problem is at the point that you're making money, even if you're my mentor, that doesn't mean that I'm an unpaid volunteer. If you're making money, then at the least you don't give them half, but at least you could say, this is what the budget is. Let's move to the budget comments. When he wanted him to do some work on the channel, on his channel for free, and when Armand reached out about a budget, he unfollowed him and told everybody in his camp that they were not allowed to talk to Armand. With that being said, where do you stand on that? Me personally, I feel like if you are going to have somebody on your channel and they also have a channel where they could work, I don't know how much Armand makes, but if you are doing an hour-long live with all kinds of crazy super chats and you have 5 to 10,000 people watching you and you get 100,000 views, that's a nice chunk of change. Why would he give up work on his own channel to go and work for your channel for free without the knowledge that you were doing this to sell him for some TV work or some other deal?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know. It just gives me crafty. I told y'all before I thought that Jason Lee was a stunt queen. I seen it a mile away, and you could see him a mile away. Well, you used to could, but to block him. But then did you hear how Jason Lee manipulated the story when he went on his channel and said that he wasn't working with Fox Soul anymore and they was looking for a new segment and he wanted to get it was for Armand to do a segment with Fox Soul produced by Hollywood Unlocked. You see how he tried to tell that story now? It wasn't him working for free. Oh yes, he said that.
I did not like the fact that he said so-and-so didn't want to work with you, so I was doing this. That's another element of manipulation. Mm-hmm. If you are my mentor and I have done something to piss off a network or people are, maybe too nervous to work with me in the mainstream, then a mentor would come to you and say, these are the things that I saw in you that did not work. These are the things that don't translate to television. These are the notes that I think you need to kind of look at, maybe switch it up, and I'll put you on my channel as a test. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, that is a action plan. That is I have your back. I see something in you. They don't. We are going to work to make them see something in you. And I think that's what's missing in this scenario. Respect and an actual definitive action plan.
But I know I saw Armand. If you hear them dogs, them are my neighbors. But I know I saw Armand on Jason Lee channel before, like 1 or 2 times.
Yeah, he did.
So I don't know when this took place. When did this take place?
Text messages.
And those were within. It had to be within the last 3 months. I seen Armand over there before.
I think it's this set. So the producer actually reached out. This is the producer. She says, "Hey Armand, this is Ariella at Hollywood Unlocked. I'll be producing Gagging with Jason Lee. Also wanted to know if you're available next Tuesday." He says, "Hi, thanks for reaching out. So Jason won't be on the show." She says, "No. For sure, I have a feeling Jason wants to bring you regularly in the near future, but would absolutely need you to make sure you can make the commitment as a permanent host." And he says, "Yes, I understand. The only way I'd be able to commit to something like that is if there was a budget. As far as this Tuesday, I won't be able to do it." I think that's fair. To
be available regularly, you're telling me that to do this, I will have to be on here regularly, not for one show. You have to commit to it to do it regularly. And no, we're not doing that for free.
And it's also the producer reaching out, not your mentor.
But that you never said. She never said it was anything for Fox Soul, like Jason Lee claimed when he did his live.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I see so many holes in this. Do I think that maybe it started off good? I would have hoped so, because it gives me hope. I mean, so far, I've not had any like real issues with anybody on YouTube, and I want to keep it that way. I want to keep it that way. But to think that somebody would come in and try to manipulate you from the beginning, and I hope that that's not how it started. Maybe I'm being, naive, but I don't know. So I would not want to work for free on a regular basis, especially if the platform is making money and you're part of the money team. I would think that there would be some type of budget. But if it is something I needed to work for free and it would benefit me, all it would take would be a conversation. This is what I need from you. This is how we can help each other. I'm your mentor, but I see possibilities for us.
But you're too busy as a mentor. You mean to tell me if you're mentoring somebody, you're too busy to reach out to Armand and ask
Right.
him this? You know what I'm saying? You got to get your assistant. This is somebody that you're mentoring, that you're friends with. You have his number. You know what I'm saying? You sent an assistant to do it.
I'm with you. I think that all I can say is there's a respect issue. If you don't respect the person, then it turns into Armand is basically your employee, but he's unpaid. So what does he get out from? What does he get out of it? When he talked about the Kanye West picture. Now, this was really interesting to me. He feels that he took this picture. Jason did not want him to take the picture in the first place. But from this picture, and I even think Jason shared it, he got an article in the Daily Mail, which was then pulled for another article about Jason and Kanye. His article was completely gone. Do you think that was true? Do you think that Jason pulled some strings and had the original article pulled?
Of course he did.
I'm leaning towards that too. I'm definitely leaning towards that. That seems like an easy media manipulation. You know somebody at the Daily Mail, hey, I'm the one who got Kanye. Why is this person being given the spotlight when this was my event? I could see that too. But it was a good look for Armand. It was definitely a good look for Armand. Now this one was this was a throwaway. The dog.
But I kind of like the Wendy Williams approach though, you know, because to me, and it seemed like Kanye was trying to buy them. Like, let me get y'all around me, and now y'all print good stories about me. We black. I'm behaving horribly, and the media is coming after me. But I want to manipulate y'all to make good stories about me. So I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to get y'all to come back those stories. Because at the end of the day, we black. Even though I didn't go get no black woman, but we still black.
Kim has had enough black men in.
They don't make her black.
The dog picture, that one was just funny to me. But he did have a lot of examples of where he posted something and then soon after Jason posted something similar. That was pretty much trivial. So in conclusion, I could never tell Armand not to respond if it comes to a situation where somebody is directly talking to you, whether it's via subs or putting your picture up on their platform. I can never tell somebody that you can't respond. Do I think there's better ways to respond? Maybe, but he chose this way. It got him 200,000 views and it opened him up to a new market. So I can't fault Armand for any of this. If the stuff that he said was true, then...
And how old is Jason? I believe he's 10 years older than him. You know, like how old is Jason to be trying to show a picture of a dog because Armand did it? Like, you're too old for that. And also, shout out to Armand because I know that...
I'm sorry, Gabor. I looked up Jason Lee age and it said 52. I was about to die, but it's a white actor. I was like...
I think he's 45.
Listen,
I think he's 45. But the thing is, shout out to Armand because I know that when I have been myself in a situation where somebody has just got on YouTube and for no reason, just talking crazy on you and you know what I'm saying, to think if you was going to respond or not. But shout out to Armand for taking his time, responding when he wanted to, and laying it out and outlining it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought that was tremendous what he did.
I mean, this was epic. This was absolutely epic.
To take your time, not be rushed into responding. You know what I'm saying? Like he did. He sat down, he took his time, he outlined it well, and when he was ready to respond, he responded and
really
said
quick,
why.
Thank you so much, Fifi. She says, shout out to the mods modding tonight. Yeah, guys, let's try to we got about 560 people in here. Let's try to get to 300 likes. Thank you so much, Fifi. I appreciate it. Carolyn, thanks. She joined my membership. I'm almost to my 50 members, Gabor. And
congrats.
I don't have my bracelets here, but before we go, I'll show them. Once I hit 50 members, I'm gonna give away 2 Prada bracelets to.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of you. You came on. You went on 5 times this week.
No, like Prada. I'm proud of you. Prada bracelets. Oh my god.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. And Teresa said, I'm 52, and I'm just saying, if he had been 52 and arguing with a 32-year-old, that would have been pretty laughable.
Well, he's 45 arguing with a 35-year-old.
He is. It does feel old. I mean, and according to him, he's the king of this sector. So I am so proud of Armon Wiggins. It was epic. It was like when Remy Ma got Nicki. Like, just something you just did not expect. And it just went on. And when he said, I'm a slow cook this, I was there for the entire time. I was there for the entire time. So, yeah, shout out to him. Hopefully, it gets him some subscribers. And, you know, people might be looking at him now. Like some of those TV things that Jason said we're not checking for him. You can't really, I mean, it's almost at 200,000 views. I can't even imagine what a live where people are watching you for 2.5 hours with 200,000 views, what kind of money that makes you. But moving on. Did you have anything else about them?
Just shout out to Armand for not being rushed into responding, just doing it on his own time, at his own terms, and doing it perfectly. Because a lot of times people will try to bait you and want you to respond real quick, and you get out there and you know what I'm saying? You do it too soon because other people want to do. I like that he did it on his own terms and did it correctly. That way, that's why Jason Lee had to, because Jason Lee was the one who started it. Jason Lee it was after the Tiffany Haddish thing. You know what I'm saying? It was after the Tiffany Haddish thing that he said what he wanted to say. I don't know. I just shout out to Armand.
Fifi said I'm gonna go subscribe. Y'all, if y'all go subscribe to Armand, let him know Mim sent you. Definitely go and support him. He has like 155,000 subscribers though, and his views are crazy. So he'll probably be on the radio. Okay, so I gotta ask your opinion of this. You got Tyler Perry over there buying this woman all these bags, but he said he's not in the business of giving away money, and that's why he couldn't give Monique what was owed to her. You see all these? You remember the Monique comments?
I remember the wigs from the show, the last movie that not the second to last movie that he did on Netflix. The bad wigs that they had, the bad lighting, the bad everything, and he buying these bags.
It's a whole bunch of Gucci, Prada, Fendi, Hermes. It's
did he
like
win
the whole
first?
budget for the show.
He probably wore them and gave them to her.
So it's hand-me-downs from his personal closet. Okay, well maybe. I just don't. I think that when he told that to Monique, it was BS in the first place, because I remember Eva from Top Model and RHOA saying when she was dating Lance, Tyler Perry took them and the whole cast and all his production team on a cruise. And you could go downstairs into a certain room and it had cash. And you could just sign out that you took out some money, and it would be like $10,000 to go shopping when they docked at Central Pay. So he is willing to give out money to attractive men and whatever women they bring on the boat. But in terms of paying Monique what she deserved for an Oscar-winning performance, he told her he wasn't in the business of doing that.
But why was he with the money that was supposed to pay her?
Just saying, you had Oprah, you had all of these big names. Tyler Perry was part of it. Everybody was pushing this show. At the very least, Gabby Sidibe should have had hair and makeup. The fact that she was a struggling actress at that point, and Monique flew herself out to Cannes, paid for her own hair and makeup, and then had to pay for Gabby when you were giving this woman on a, I mean, I don't think that Sisters has that big of a budget, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of purses as a just because. I think that says a lot. I'm gonna take it that you don't.
I mean, I don't know what's the story that I heard. I don't know what he would have to pay Monique for. It would be Lee Daniels that was supposed to pay her, because that's why Monique said, "Well, I don't care. Well, you can pay me the money," and he said, "Why should I pay?" She said, "Well, I don't care where the money comes from as long as I get paid." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what was he paying. And he also bought Tiffany Haddish a car. You know what I'm saying? So I never heard of Tyler not giving. I never heard of Tyler being cheap or not wanting to pay anybody. Monique was trying to look. Monique should have been paid, but she shouldn't have been trying to do nothing for no friend. Okay, she didn't care who the money came from. She just wanted some money, and Tyler had nothing to do with that.
They were producers on the show.
After the movie and stuff was already made. That was after.
Matter. You're over here. You're talking to me about what I shouldn't get from a show. You're a billionaire. You giving out.
I don't think that he said what he. I don't think he said what she shouldn't have got on the show. I don't think
he said I'm not in the business of giving away free money, but you are a producer on this show. You were there.
He got that movie seen. His name on the movie. He signed on to the movie to get the movie seen. Him and Oprah. And Monique said that in her Oscar beat speech, because y'all touched it, the world seen it. Right? Monique signed a bad deal with one of her friends, and she was mad and was trying to get Oprah and Tyler to give her money because they did it.
I'm just saying. I think that he does throw away money. He did see that there was a problem. His name was attached to it. But you're right. He don't even care about the wigs on his productions at his studios. So.
I mean, I know that Tiffany had a shit that he bought her a car before too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just look.
How did this become about Monique? Because I saw that and I got mad for Monique. Okay.
But she said she don't care where the money come from. You give it to her. Maybe she'll stop being mad at everybody.
Okay, so this one was kind of crazy. We got a woman contracted an STD after a janitor put his member in the water bottle. You saw this, right?
That happened in Houston, unfortunately.
So for y'all who did not know, this woman, well, let me read to you guys what happened. It says a Texas woman who contracted an STD after a janitor allegedly urinated in her water bottle at work has now filed a civil lawsuit in the stomach-churning case, along with 3 other victims who have also come forward. The custodian, 50-year-old Lucio Diaz, this week was in Houston and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The victim, who has been identified, previously told KHOU she felt disgusted after she set up a hidden camera in her office at a medical building and allegedly caught Diaz dipping his manhood into her water bottle last month. Kim Spurlock, the woman's lawyer, said she filed a civil complaint Thursday on behalf of 4 plaintiffs. The suit accuses the owner of the building, the management company, and the janitorial company that employed Diaz of failing to properly vet, train, and supervise him. It seeks over $1 million in damages. This is him. The woman who recorded Diaz, identified by the initials MA in the 16-page complaint, contracted HERPS from coming in contact with the contaminated water bottle, as did at least one other person. The lawsuit also alleges that MA raised the alarm about Diaz's conduct. The building's management did not address her concerns. The court filing states that MA first noticed that the water in her office on Westmont Drive was smelling and tasting foul at the end of August. So this is him literally grabbing their cups with her hidden camera. She didn't finish her water during the workday and would leave it on her desk and drink it the following day. Before long, the woman began noticing that her water started to smell off too, and a coworker told her that it was yellow and reeked of urine. So, like, my heart goes out to this woman because you're just doing your job, and now you have a uncurable STD from a man who could never afford to pay for your pain and suffering. Is this
the building gonna have to?
Is this what Quantasia went through? So you don't believe Quantasia?
Yeah, I believe Quantasia.
If you don't know who Quantasia is, that is the woman that alleged that Usher did the same thing to her. Let me see if I have a picture of Quantasia. So you think the building is going to have to pay the $1 million?
I do. She only sued him for $1 million?
I think that's all of them are suing for $1 million.
That ain't enough money.
Because they did not address it in a timely. The suit accuses the owner of the building, the management company, and the janitorial company that employed Diaz of failing to properly vet, train, and supervise it. It seeks over $1 million. So all background information, all businesses have to have insurance for issues like this, but I guarantee you that none of their policies cover $1 million. So there's not enough time in jail that you would need to spend for giving me an uncurable STD for no reason. Like, that's the face of evil. This man didn't know them. They didn't do anything to him. And he literally just destroyed this woman. So, guys, where are we at on likes? Let's see. Me and Gabor have definitely gave you guys a show. I'm sure everybody knows Gabor in here, but could one of my mods drop
dogs getting on my nerves? These dogs getting on my nerves.
Y'all, there's no dogs at his apartment.
They outside. No, it's the dogs are outside, and I know y'all can hear them dogs. They've been barking since we've been on this live. You know what I'm saying? And my window is closed. And I can still hear them barking. Why do I hear your dog?
I'll be with my dog up there. Y'all, let's get to about 350 likes. And would one of my mods please drop Gabor's link in the chat? Oh, they did it already. Y'all subscribe to Gabor, subscribe to Armand, and if you do subscribe to Armand, let him know that Mim sent you.
And subscribe to Jason Lee too. Subscribe to Jason Lee too.
Subscribe to Jason Lee too. We're about sharing the love.
Subscribe to Jason. You know, I just feel like that he.
Jason?
Am I subscribed to Jason? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I am.
Are you? Okay, I was about to say you're gonna subscribe after you gonna join his membership.
I'm just good. I mean, no, boy, no.
Okay.
But no, I'm subscribed to. You know, I'm subscribed to everybody, but do I watch everybody? I don't have time to watch everybody. You know what I'm saying? I be cooking a lot of the time, so that's when the most times I watch my I listen to YouTube videos or whatever. Then I be reading. I have a lot going on, so no, I don't watch Jason. No, I watched Angela Stan was over there.
I can't stand her. Raph,
but she got him together too.
Raph Soto, he says, y'all mad Armand is about to be the best entertainment y'all will ever listen to. Who's mad? Oh, they must be fighting in the chat. Fighting in the chat. I was about to say, we didn't say nothing about Armand.
No, I like Armand.
I definitely think
I like Armand, and I love the video he did about Lotto and Nicki Minaj, baby.
You do. Gabor really likes when people come on and have like their facts together and have a clear, concise point of view.
Because at first I was like, Nikki, what's wrong? But when Armand broke it all the way down, I was like, now Lotto, you got something going on. Lotto had something going on.
Like what? Fill us in.
She was looking for sympathy. She wanted to get into it with Nikki. She was recording phone calls. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree. Listen, Nicki Minaj is the best rapper that has ever grabbed a mic. Okay? Female? And she is at the top of her. Yeah, she's the best female rapper that ever grabbed a mic. You know what I'm saying? And
Biggie Smalls
these girls do get in the game. Biggie Smalls, Tupac Amaru Shakur. He only had one album. He only had two albums. Tupac is still putting out music to this day,
and will always be the best rapper of all time.
Diddy, what you must have talked to Diddy before. What you and Diddy got going on? Because he paid you to say that. It's Tupac Amaru Shakur, baby. She didn't know what to throw away and what to keep, and she threw the baby in the trash. Brenda's got a baby. Keep your head up. Are you kidding me? Changes, Temptation,
Biggie Smalls, Life After Death.
Tupac Amaru Shakur. You wonder why they call you bitch? I bet you. Yeah. But no, and the girls do think they could come in the game and get a feature from Nikki. You know what I'm saying?
Being shady.
Who is Lotto to come into the game to think that she should get a feature from Nikki with one album out, and to even compare yourself to a Nikki? And that's the thing. And that's what you're doing, Mills. You're comparing Biggie to Pac after all of the work that Pac put out, and Biggie only had one album when he was alive.
There's no comparison. Biggie
I know Tupac is better.
Rapper of all time.
He only had two bodies of words.
Real bad.
He only had two bodies of words.
Let's arguably, with one complete album, Lauryn Hill is one of the legends of the game with one album. Correct? So you're saying that Biggie cannot be without having more albums.
Biggie
doesn't matter.
Lauryn Hill also had movies, and she was with the Fugees.
We're talking about music.
And she also had some stuff with the Fugees. She also had some work done with the Fugees.
Yo, I'm telling you, this is what we do in real life.
I'm just saying, you got to make it make sense. Your name is making it make sense. You got to make it sense.
I did make it make sense.
You did not. See, what happens is Diddy said that he was the best rapper of all time, so he can get that money after he had that stuff done. You know what I'm saying? And didn't give what's the daughter name? What's Biggie's daughter name? Didn't give her no money. I'm just saying, everybody that worked that's over there with Diddy end up broke.
Okay, so yeah, the chat is pretty split. But
I see all Pac.
Yo, you need to use your good eye then.
I only
not have your contact.
All I see is Pac.
Go ahead and put your contact in, Gabor.
My contact was
anyway. Your contact lens. Go ahead and put it in.
Come on now,
it's foggy, blurred.
It's not foggy.
Y'all got a whole bunch of dust in LA and smog. I don't know what you You can't.
You got a lot of dust. You got to hear though. But what you need to do is you need to hear. You got a little dust in your ears.
You got a Lil' Kim is an icon. Okay.
Lil' Kim is an icon.
Lil' Kim is. I was just listening to Notorious K.I.M. the other day. I can't wait to hear what Cardi and her come up with, because they're doing Aunt Dot. And Aunt Dot is one of my favorite Lil' Kim songs. They're doing the remake of it. But guys, I want to thank you guys so much for being here at basically my first Mims and Friends. It could not have gone better. Perhaps Gabor might invite me over to his channel at some point, and we can do this over there as well. It's really fun because with me and Gabor, it's always going to be conversational. It's like we're just talking on the phone without being on camera. So we have put your link up. Did you have anything to say about any of our topics?
No, I thought that it was good.
I enjoyed you guys. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like this video. We gave you guys a real show. And I will see you next for Mims and Friends. I have like some of my good YouTube buddies. I have a couple of big YouTubers that I think are going to come on and do a show with me. I probably will try to be doing these on Friday nights. Maybe it'll be pre-recorded. It depends on what my, not Thug Life. Thank you so much.
I know that's right, KD.
Thank you so much.
The hate you give little infants elves everyone. That's what Thug Life stand for.
No, I don't get me wrong. I like Tupac too, but Biggie was just my favorite artist.
He only had one album, Mims.
Oh my God, this man had multiple albums, and you know it. He had posthumous out. Oh Jesus Christ. Y'all. So yeah. This was definitely fun. I appreciate my buddy Gabor for coming on. Hopefully we can do this again. I think that's a good segue to get an invite to Gabor's channel. What's your next video?
I have no idea.
Okay, well. I
don't know. It was a couple of shots that was being thrown at me. I might talk about my start on YouTube. I think that'll probably be a good video because
You want to do a story time about starting on YouTube?
Maybe. It was a lot of shots taken at me the other day, but I mean, we'll see.
I'll be there for that. I'm interested. So Gabor will possibly be doing a story time on that. I'm definitely coming back for Potomac Sunday night. I go live right after Beverly Hills. I go live right after the show. And I need to do chapter 3 of the House of Hilton book, y'all. Chapter 3 was insane. Chapter 3, we got the Gigolo with Big Cathy. We got a lot of dirt in chapter 3. So I need to do that. Thank you guys for being here. These are only going to be about an hour or less, and we are already a couple minutes over. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you next time. Y'all want me to play my video on the way out? Y'all want me to play an outro? Put it in the chat if you want the outro.
Okay, S-Level. I'm not.
Wait, what did they say?
She said, I would love to hear it, but don't feed into it. Pay them dust. It's not worth it. Okay.
Okay.
Dust.
Bye, y'all. This was fun.
Big Mims.
Surfer.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things